Everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do my weekly wrap up. I've got so much to do and I've got a migraine today, so please bear with me. I seem like I say that all the time. Sorry. The first book I finished was Grace Under Pressure by Julie Heitzey or Hitzy. It's book 1 in the I hate when they cover things up. Manor House Mysteries. So this is about a woman who's still in her probationary period at a new manor house that everybody in her family loves. And it's a man who owns this big, massive mansion, and there's one section that's off, like, personal for him, and the rest is open to public, and they have tea rooms and stuff like that. So it starts off where this woman's trying to calm down an irate person, and then as security's getting him out of the room, there's shots fired, and somebody else, someone has been killed. And it's the boss of the place, not the owner, but the boss of who she works for. So, yeah, everybody thinks that well, no, mixing that up with a different one. At first, they think she's the one who had him murdered, or because she wasn't in the room, it was obvious. But they think at first that she had something to do with it because she wants his job. So, it was cute. I gave it a 4. I was trying to think if there was anything that really... It was a little dry, but that's about it. So, the next one drove me nuts, but, I'm sucker for punishment. Shopaholic Ties the Knot by Sophie Kinsella. It's book 3 in the Shopaholic series. This one, I needed something light and nothing that I had to use my brain for. As you know, we had to have our cat put down, so I needed something that I could just read. And yeah, it worked, but it pissed me off. She really does need to grow up. She needs to own up to her mistakes. She needs to get a backbone, and when somebody, learn to say no and learn to speak. She drove me nuts. She's in New York. Her mother wants to give her a wedding on June 22nd. His real mother finds this out and decides to book the Plaza Hotel in New York for the same day, and is paying for the wedding because she wants it her way. Yeah, so she needs to learn to say no. The way it ended, I'm not going to give it away, but the way it ended was just a little too convenient for me. So I gave it a 3, because in real life, no. There are people like her in real life, I know that, but one of the comments in here was somebody was having a baby, and she's like, "Oh, it'd be nice to have a baby so I could shop for it." No. So it's stuff like that. It's just drove me nuts. So I gave it a 3. And then I finished Hooked on Murder, book 1 in the Crochet Mysteries by Becky Heckman, I think. This one wasn't as funny as the knitting ones that she did. It's about a woman who works in a bookstore. She's a widow. Her new boyfriend is a detective for the police force, and her sons don't like him. Don't know why, but anyways, so she's working at this bookstore, and she's the event coordinator, so she gets groups to come in, like the crochet group, and then she gets interested in it, and they're doing this Afghan for a charity, and her late husband had this PR company, and the woman that took over pretty much kicked her out of it, and so she's the head of this crochet group, and she turns up murdered. Well, she left her crochet hooks at the bookstore, so she brings the crochet hooks to her house. Somebody had complained that the door had been opened, so of course she walks in and gets caught and over the body, and everybody thinks that she did it because she's pissed off at the woman, Ellen, who took over her late husband's business and kicked her out. Yeah, so it kind of is all meshed together, but I didn't find it as funny as other cozy mysteries, like some of the puns and stuff that just weren't in this one. I still gave it a 4 because I enjoyed it because it's crochet and I like crochet. So that's what I finished this week. I'm currently reading Bless Her Dead Little Heart. It's book 1 in the Southern Ladies mystery, and it's by Miranda James. And so far, it's just 2 little old ladies in their 80s, and a former sorority girl shows up and says that her family's trying to kill her. So can she stay with them? And she had driven from California to Mississippi. And so, sure, but this woman, I guess, likes to borrow money and not pay it back. So she owes the 2 little ladies money. So they're like, yeah, sure, you can stay here for a little while. As soon as she goes upstairs to her room, her family shows up and pretty much says, well, we're tapped out because we paid for flights and, renting this Mercedes, so we need to stay here. And they're like, okay. That's about as far as I got. So we'll see. I'm hoping that the little old ladies are a little sarcastic. Hopefully. I might pick up this week Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. It's Fallen Angels. That's all I know about it. And Jennifer Ashley's The Mad Bad Duke, and it is historical, but it's kind of magical realism, I think, if I remember in the first one. And it's the book 2 in the Navangaria series. So yeah, we shall see. But I mean, things can change. I do tend to be a mood reader. I do have a plan, but I'm a mood reader and plans change. So yeah, let me know how you guys are, if you had a good weekend, if what you guys are reading. If you've read any of these, let me know, and I will talk to you later. Bye.